points in that one, so it's maybe not that long to get that one sorted. Walsall are 2-0 up now against Swindon. By the way, Timmy Abraham has scored in that game. Before that flurry of activity, we were talking about Middlesbrough. Ali was saying he thinks that Chris Wilder is talking nonsense when he says that Middlesbrough need to bring in lots of new signings. It's not what you said at all. You said you maybe don't have too much sympathy with him because lots of clubs are in that situation. They have brought in 6 players, but they've only paid money for Marcus Forss. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's right. Lenihan was free, Giles and Stefan both on loan. And the other thing to say is, it's not easy for them to get value in the market, which is what clubs always talk about wanting, because every club in the world knows that Borough sold Jed Spence to Tottenham for a pretty penny, sold Marcus Tavernier to Bournemouth, both of those for over £10 million. And when other clubs know that you have that sort of cash, and when they know very specifically that you're after strikers who cost the most money, it's always going to be difficult for you to do the deals that you want to do.
It's a difficult situation they find themselves in, Stephen, where they have the money, they have the wherewithal to go and try and improve their squad, but they still don't want somebody to come and take them for a ride. So the players that they're going for, the clubs that they're negotiating with, are putting a little bit of a Middlesbrough premium on the top.
Yeah, I always think back to Liverpool. I think when they sold it was Torres and they got Andy Carroll and a few players came in, and it was like everybody just bumped their prices up because they knew they had the funds there, and that's what happens. And why shouldn't you? You know, it's the market, and if you want to come and take one of our top players, we want to get the full reward from it, and that's the way it works. And Middlesbrough are in an advantageous position financially because of what they've sold. You know, player Jed Spence, who wasn't even playing with them, you know what I mean? He's got an advanced career playing at another club in Forest, and they've been able to sell him for so I think getting those finances in, it doesn't help. But the manager, he's not even going to want to hear about that. He's going to be talking to the board, say, listen, I don't care what it is, just get it across the line because I want these guys in through. And if we have a realistic chance of getting promoted, he's telling them he needs these players. But they do have a good squad. They've got a very good manager who knows that he's got them in the shape and the system that he wants to play that three. You know, the Championship is littered with teams playing 3 at the back, and I think that's a lot down to Weil and what he did with Sheffield United. Like the way they played it, the way that the outside centre backs were bombing on and joining in. You know, it was really eye opening, and it was a change of the style of football in that division specifically. And it was really groundbreaking, and I think a lot of teams have jumped on board with that. He's now trying to do the same thing with Borough, and he wants to bring in players that will suit that system. And they know that, but yeah, it's going to be difficult to get what they want for the price they want. But when it comes to it, the last minute gas, they'll end up just paying, and that's what always happens in the end.
Steve Crossman's been in touch to say he likes the sound of a Middlesbrough premium. It sounds quite chic. Steve will be with you tomorrow night to take you around the ground. Sorry, Charlie, you were saying.
The thing about Middlesbrough is that Steve Gibson has always put his hand in his pocket, hasn't he? You know, he's always backed his manager. I think probably, you know, Gary Monk's probably the only one that he never really backed, but he's backed every single manager that he's had in the door, and that's fair play to him. But listen, sometimes transfers don't happen till late, and Chris will be frustrated, which is normal for any manager trying to get the right players in. But you got to wait for the right players, and hopefully when the window closes, they'll be ready to go. And Chris will definitely have that Middlesbrough team close up and around the Championship playoff.
Yeah, look forward to hearing Steve Crossman try and work his way through that Middlesbrough premium a little bit tomorrow night. Let's catch up with Naz Premji, who's at Blackpool against Barry.